Welkom bij de Succesversneller Podcast. Mijn naam is Antoinette Nunes en met deze podcast help ik gedreven ondernemers om sneller betere keuzes te maken voor bedrijfsgroei met meer vrijheid. In deze podcast deel ik tips, kennis en heb ik gesprekken met andere succesvolle ondernemers om jouw succes te versnellen, wat zorgt voor meer tijd, meer voldoening en meer winst. Let's go! Leuk dat je er weer bij bent. Ik hoop dat alles goed met je gaat. En vandaag heb ik iets heel bijzonders voor je. Zoals je misschien weet heb ik een boek geschreven met de titel Drive Seat. En de ondertitel van werken in je bedrijf naar een bedrijf dat voor jou werkt. Eigenlijk een praktisch boek vol waardevolle inzichten en stappen om je als ondernemer te helpen je bedrijf zelfstandiger te maken, zodat je zelf meer vrijheid en balans creëert in je leven. En sinds kort werk ik samen met Carl, die mijn teksten optimaliseert voor SEO en de vindbaarheid van mijn website. En Carl kwam met een briljant idee. Hij liet AI een Engelstalige boekbespreking maken van Drive Seat. Het resultaat? Een enthousiaste en inspirerende samenvatting met een Amerikaanse twist. Ik moest er zelf enorm om lachen. Want het is net alsof je luistert naar een high-energy talkshow. Geweldig. In deze aflevering deel ik graag dat unieke interview met jou. Het is niet alleen een leuke manier om de belangrijkste lessen uit mijn boek te ontdekken, maar ook een mooie reminder voor iedereen die het boek al gelezen heeft. En zoals je weet, kan je goede kennis nooit vaak genoeg horen, want repetition is the mother of all skills. Ik deel dit ook met je, omdat AI allerlei toekomstmogelijkheden biedt om het leven makkelijker te maken. En dit is er een voorbeeld van. Heb je mijn boek nog niet gelezen? Dan is dit de kans om kennis te maken met de inzichten en stappen die ik deel in mijn boek Drive Seat. Als je wilt kun je daarna een exemplaar voor jezelf bestellen of je kunt het cadeau geven aan een andere ambitieuze ondernemer. Ik zal de link om te bestellen delen in de show notes. Maar het boek is ook bestelbaar via allerlei sites zoals Managementboek en verkrijgbaar in de boekhandel, omdat het is uitgegeven door mijn uitgeverij van Dure Management. Met de feestdagen voor de deur is dat boek natuurlijk ook een prachtig kerstgeschenk. Neem deze tijd van reflectie en rust om je voor te bereiden op 2025. Een jaar waarin je niet harder wilt gaan werken, maar slimmer wilt werken. Stel je voor, meer groei, meer vrijheid, echt een betere balans tussen werk en privé. Dat zou toch heel mooi zijn? En het kan. Het is een keuze die je met stapjes kunt zetten. Ik ben daar een voorbeeld van en jij kan dat ook. Dus ik help je daar graag bij en je kunt het misschien zelfstandig. Neem dan het boek als uitgangspunt. Ik wens je heel veel luisterplezier en natuurlijk veel inspiratie toe. En laten we samenwerken aan een bedrijf dat voor jou werkt.
All right, let's dive into Antoinette Nunes-Meijer's Driver's Seat.
Okay.
It's a book full of strategies to help us build a business that can thrive, even when we step back a bit.
Right.
You ever feel like you're stuck on that operational hamster wheel?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This book is all about escaping that cycle.
And getting some freedom. Right.
Exactly. Gaining some real freedom as entrepreneurs.
Freedom is the key.
What I find really interesting is that Nunes-Meijer, she's not just giving us another productivity hack.
No, it's deeper than that.
It's like a total mindset shift.
A whole new way of thinking.
It's about aligning your actions with what you really want.
Yeah, both in business and just in life.
And the best part,
What's that?
she's been there, she gets it.
She's been through it herself.
Yeah, in the book, she talks about making the same New Year's resolution every year.
Oh, I know that feeling.
To, stop getting bogged down in the day-to-day and really focus on building her business.
Classic, we've all been there.
But she'd always end up back in the same spot,
Just like so many of us.
stuck in the same routine.
It's so easy to fall back into old habits, you know?
It is, but Driver's Seat, it gives us a roadmap.
Oh, I like that. A roadmap.
to break free from that cycle.
Sounds promising.
So let's break down this roadmap,
Let's do it.
starting with what Nunes-Meijer calls the RDA method.
RDA. Okay, I'm listening.
Now, you've probably heard of goal-setting techniques before.
Yeah, tons of them out there.
But this one, it really emphasizes finding your Why.
Your WY. So like the deeper reason behind your goals.
Exactly, the deeper motivation.
That makes sense.
Because it's not enough to just say, I want to increase revenue.
Right. There has to be a reason behind it.
The RDA method, it pushes you to dig deeper.
Okay, so how do you do that?
You ask yourself, why is that revenue increase so important to you?
So what's the real goal behind the goal?
Yeah, is it to hire a team and free up your time?
I could see that being a big one.
Is it to maybe invest in a new product line?
To expand, yeah.
Or is it finally to take that dream vacation?
That's always a good motivator.
And Nunes-Meijer uses this really great example in the book.
Oh, I love a good example. Lay it on me.
Imagine your goal is to connect with Oprah Winfrey.
Okay, that's a big one.
Now, sending a random email,
That's probably not going to cut it.
probably not going to get you very far.
Right, you need a better strategy.
But if you're really motivated, like if that connection could change everything for you,
Yeah, if it's a game changer,
you're going to get creative.
you'd have to, right?
You'd start researching events she's attending.
To try to meet her in person?
Yeah, maybe causes she supports.
I see, to find common ground.
Or even, people who could introduce you.
Leverage your network.
That's it.
It's all about strategy.
So this powerful WHY, it fuels action.
And creativity too, right?
Absolutely. It pushes you to find solutions.
You think outside the box.
So the RDA method is a 3-step process.
All right, break it down for me.
First, you define the result you want.
Got it. Specific and clear.
Then you uncover the real driving force behind it.
The WHY.
Yep. And then you break down the actions you need to take.
To make it happen.
Right.
Exactly.
Sounds pretty straightforward.
And that brings us to the next big piece. Escaping the operational hamster wheel.
Oh yeah, that dreaded hamster wheel.
So many entrepreneurs, especially when they're just starting out.
They get so caught up in the day-to-day.
They are. They're so busy working in their businesses.
They never work on their businesses.
Exactly.
That's the key difference.
They're constantly putting out fires.
Instead of building a fireproof structure,
That's a great way to put it.
you've got to think long-term.
And Nunes-Meijer uses this analogy in the book.
Hit me with it.
She compares it to being a pilot without a flight plan.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
You might have a powerful engine,
You're ready to go.
but without a clear direction,
You'll just end up flying in circles.
lost in the clouds.
So how do we break free from this cycle?
Well, Nunes-Meijer talks about transitioning from the role of specialist
Syphilis.
to the role of CEO of your business.
Ah, interesting shift. So what does that actually look like?
I'm curious to know.
It's about stepping back from the day-to-day operations.
Okay, so less doing, more directing.
Yeah, and focusing on the bigger picture.
The overall strategy,
You become the architect.
designing the business
Yeah, designing systems and processes,
to make it run smoothly.
even without you constantly having to be there.
That's the dream, right?
The ultimate goal.
But that's a big shift for a lot of entrepreneurs, right?
It is, especially for those of us who are used to being in control.
Used to wearing all the hats.
So what are some practical steps we can take?
To start stepping into that CEO role.
It starts with identifying the tasks that are keeping you stuck.
Stuck in the weeds.
Yeah, the things that only you can do.
Right, and what can be delegated or even eliminated.
And that's where I think the 80-20 principle comes in.
80-20, love that principle.
The idea that 80% of our results,
Come from just 20% of our efforts.
right, and this applies to everything.
Really?
Everything. Everything. Yeah. From the products and services we offer
Okay, sure.
to the clients we work with.
To the tasks we do every day.
It's about finding those high-impact activities.
The ones that are really moving the needle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And eliminating or delegating the rest.
Sounds like a plan.
And in the book, Nunes-Meijer, she challenges us
To do what?
to really identify those crucial 20% activities
The ones that are generating the most results.
and to be ruthless about eliminating or delegating the rest.
That can be tough, but it's so important.
It is. It's about working smarter, not harder.
That's the key takeaway here.
So let's say I've identified those crucial 20% activities.
Okay. You've got your priorities straight.
What are some strategies for actually stepping back from the other 80%?
Let's hear them.
Well, Nunes-Meijer outlines 3 key strategies: eliminate, automate, and delegate.
Eliminate, automate, delegate. I like it. Simple and actionable.
Let's break those down a bit.
Yeah, let's dive in.
First, eliminate.
What can we get rid of completely.
Think about the tasks that aren't truly essential to your core goals.
Okay, the non-essential stuff.
Are you spending hours on things that could be outsourced?
Or maybe even stopped altogether.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Now, automation.
Where can technology help us out?
There are so many possibilities.
Lay them on me.
Email marketing, social media scheduling.
Oh yeah, those are big time savers.
Invoicing, bookkeeping.
So many tools out there.
There are tons of tools that can automate these repetitive tasks.
Freeing up our time for more important things.
And then there's delegation.
Delegation, the art of letting go.
And this is where I think a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck.
Yeah, it can be tough to let go of control.
We have this fear that no one can do it as well as we can.
I've definitely felt that.
But as Nunes points out,
What did she say?
investing the time up front
In what?
to document your processes and empower your team.
That's key, isn't it?
It is. It pays off big time in the long run.
So it's about shifting from that mindset of, I have to do it all.
I need to empower others to do it well.
That's a powerful shift.
It is.
Makes a huge difference.
And that's a great segue into our next part of this deep dive,
Oh, I'm ready for more.
where we'll explore how to build leverage, even as a solopreneur.
Even if you're a one-man show.
Yep. And how to create a business that can truly run without you.
Sounds like the ultimate freedom.
It really is.
Can't wait to hear more.
Stay tuned, folks.
The journey continues
We'll be right back.
after the break. So we talked about stepping into that CEO role
Right.
and building systems so your business can run smoothly.
Yeah, even when we're not there 24/7.
Exactly. But for a lot of solopreneurs out there,
Yeah,
that can feel like a huge task,
it can. It's like, how do you build leverage
right?
when you're a one-person show?
You're it. You do it all.
It feels like juggling a dozen balls at once.
Client work, marketing, admin tasks.
All of it.
So where do you even begin?
Right, where do you start to create space and build that leverage?
Well, that's where strategic partnerships come in.
Partnerships.
And outsourcing.
Bringing in the cavalry.
Exactly, because Nunes, she emphasizes this point
Yeah,
that even solopreneurs, you don't have to go it alone.
makes sense.
So let's say you're a graphic designer
Okay.
and you're spending all your time on client work,
Just swamped.
no time for marketing, no time for business development.
You're too busy delivering for your existing clients
Right.
to attract new ones.
Classic problem.
It is.
So instead of trying to do everything yourself,
Yeah.
you could partner up with a web developer.
Someone who complements your skill set.
Exactly. You offer bundled packages to clients,
Yeah.
you expand your reach,
Reach more people
and you free up your time,
to focus on what you're good at.
your zone of genius, graphic design.
So it's a win-win
It is. You're leveraging each other's expertise.
to grow both businesses.
Exactly. And then there's outsourcing.
Outsourcing.
Think about those tasks that are essential,
How to get them done.
but don't require your specific skills.
Like bookkeeping,
bookkeeping, yeah, classic example,
important.
but maybe not your favorite thing.
Definitely not where my passion lies.
So why not hire a freelancer?
To take care of that
Let them handle the books.
and free you up to focus on the big picture.
Serving your clients, growing your business.
Like building a virtual dream team.
Even if you're solo,
You're bringing in experts
to handle those specific areas
and you can focus on your strengths.
and your vision for the business.
This whole leverage thing is really resonating with me.
It's a game changer.
But there's this one thing I think a lot of us struggle with.
What's that?
Nunes talks about becoming Miss Bar in your business.
Miss Bar.
It sounds kind of scary, right?
A little counterintuitive, maybe?
It does. Like, why would you want to be dispensable?
Right, you'd think you'd want to be indispensable.
But she says that becoming Miss Bar, it's actually the key
To what?
to unlocking real freedom.
So it's about building a business that can run without you.
Exactly.
That's the ultimate goal.
But I can see why that would be scary for some people.
I get it. It's like, if I let go,
Yeah.
everything will fall apart.
That fear of losing control.
It's common.
But she says it often comes from
From what?
a lack of clear systems and processes.
So if you have those in place,
You're not as needed in the day-to-day.
right, the business can run on autopilot, so to speak.
It's about creating a structure
Yeah,
that allows the business to thrive.
even when you're not there.
That's powerful.
Is.
So how do we start building this Miss Barness?
Well, it starts with documentation.
Documentation.
Nunes, she talks about creating a knowledge base.
A knowledge base, what's that?
It's like a central hub for all the information about your business.
Like how things run.
Exactly.
So things like standard operating procedures.
Client onboarding checklists.
Templates for common questions.
You got it.
It's like the company brain.
Where all the knowledge is stored.
And easily accessible.
So anyone can find what they need.
This not only saves time,
But it also empowers your team.
to handle tasks on their own.
Without constantly coming to you for help.
Like having a virtual assistant.
Who knows everything about your business?
I love that.
It's a powerful tool.
But I'll be honest, creating a knowledge base,
Yeah,
it sounds like a lot of work.
it can be.
Especially when we're already feeling stretched thin.
But remember the 80-20 principle.
Yes, 80-20.
You don't have to document everything at once.
Small steps.
Focus on the most crucial 20%
The activities that really matter.
and build from there.
It doesn't have to be perfect right away.
Exactly. Done is better than perfect.
In a building misbarness, it's an ongoing process.
It's about constantly evaluating,
Your systems, your processes,
finding ways to delegate or automate more tasks.
so it frees up even more of your time.
And it makes your business more attractive if you ever want to sell.
Oh, interesting point.
A well-documented business is a valuable asset.
Shows that it can run without you.
That's a huge selling point.
Okay, so we've talked about leverage,
Becoming Miss Bar.
building systems.
What else does Nunes Major share in Driver's Seat?
Well, she emphasizes the power of mindset.
Mindset. That's huge.
It's not just about tactics
It's how we think about our businesses.
and our roles in them.
A lot of entrepreneurs, especially those who are used to doing it all,
Yeah.
they get trapped in this scarcity mindset.
Scarcity mindset.
They feel like there's never enough.
Never enough time, money, resources.
It leads to stress, burnout,
You feel constantly overwhelmed.
and you're always chasing your tail.
I've been there.
Nunes Major encourages us to shift to an abundance mindset,
Abundance mindset.
believing in your ability to create the life and business you want.
Sounds good.
It's about focusing on opportunities, not limitations.
So instead of saying, I don't have time for this,
Right.
you say, how can I make time for this?
It's a subtle shift, but it's powerful.
It is, but these mindset shifts, they don't happen overnight.
They take time.
So how do we cultivate this abundance mindset?
Well, it starts with awareness.
Awareness of what?
Pay attention to your self-talk.
The way we talk to ourselves.
Are you focusing on what you lack?
Or are you acknowledging your strengths and achievements? It's about catching those negative thoughts
And consciously choosing to shift them.
and then replacing them with empowering beliefs.
Like, I am capable of building a thriving business.
That supports my dream life.
Exactly. And another powerful tool is gratitude.
Gratitude.
Take time each day to appreciate what you have.
Your skills, your clients, your health.
It helps shift your focus from scarcity to abundance.
So it's not about ignoring the challenges
It's about choosing to focus on the positive.
and recognizing how far you've already come.
It's a powerful practice.
It is
And remember, building a business that works for you, it's a journey.
not a destination.
There will be bumps along the way.
Setbacks, challenges,
Felt with the right mindset,
strategies, and support.
you can create a business that empowers you to live the life you want.
That's what it's all about.
And speaking of support,
Support. So important.
Nunes Major highlights the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people.
Your tribe.
Exactly, your people, your cheerleaders.
It can even break or break you.
So who are the people who inspire you, challenge you, support your vision?
Mentors, coaches.
Mastermind groups.
Find people who align with your goals
It's about building a network that lifts you up.
and helps you stay accountable.
And don't forget about community.
Other entrepreneurs who get it.
Connect with them, share your struggles, celebrate your wins.
It's like a support group for your entrepreneurial journey.
Exactly, you're not alone in this.
So we've covered mindset, systems, support.
What else is crucial for building a business that truly works for us?
Well, Nunes Major talks about self-care.
Self-care.
I know, it sounds like we're adding more to our to-do list.
But it's not about that.
It's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup.
If you're constantly running on fumes,
You'll burn out.
and that's the opposite of freedom.
Self-care is essential for sustainable success.
It's about making sure you have the energy and resilience to keep going.
It's not selfish, it's essential.
And it doesn't have to be complicated.
What are some examples?
Exercise, meditation, spending time in nature,
Pursuing hobbies?
taking breaks throughout the day
Just recharging your batteries.
so you can show up as your best self.
in your business and your life.
And don't underestimate the power of setting boundaries.
Boundaries, yeah, those can be tough.
Learn to say no to commitments that drain your energy.
Or distract you from your goals.
Because every yes is a no to something else.
That's a good way to put it.
Choose wisely. Your time and energy are precious.
This is all great advice.
It is.
But I think a lot of listeners might be thinking,
What?
how do I actually implement all of this?
It can feel overwhelming.
Where do you even begin?
And that's exactly what we'll delve into in the final part of our deep dive.
A grand finale
We'll provide actionable steps.
to help you move from knowledge to action,
From feeling overwhelmed to feeling empowered.
to create a business that truly works for you.
Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion.
The journey to entrepreneurial freedom continues. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in our deep dive into driver's seat.
Mindset, systems, support, self-care.
It's inspiring stuff, but I think some of our listeners might be feeling a little overwhelmed right now.
Can be a lot to take in.
Like, where do we even begin?
Right. How do you actually implement all these strategies?
Well, that's where Nunes Meijer introduces this concept of micro-shifts.
Micro-shifts, okay.
It's about making small, incremental changes.
Small changes, big impact, right?
Exactly. And these small changes, over time.
They can create a big impact.
So instead of trying to overhaul your entire business in a weekend,
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster.
we're talking about taking baby steps.
One step at a time.
It's about consistency and progress.
Not about perfection.
Nunes Meijer, she compares it to compound interest.
Compound interest, interesting analogy.
Small deposits made consistently.
Eventually lead to significant growth.
It's like compound interest for freedom.
I like that.
So what are some examples of these micro shifts?
Well, let's say you're drowning in email.
Oh, tell me about it.
Instead of trying to get to inbox 0 every day,
Which is impossible, let's be real.
it is. So start by dedicating just 15 minutes each morning
Okay.
to clearing out the most urgent messages
So setting realistic goals.
that you can actually achieve.
That makes sense.
Another micro shift could be documenting just one key process each week.
Just one.
Just one. Before you know it, you'll have a solid knowledge base.
Without feeling overwhelmed.
Exactly.
And these micro shifts can apply to mindset too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So if you're struggling with self-doubt,
Which we all do from time to time.
start by simply noticing those negative thoughts
Just become aware of them.
and then challenge them with a positive affirmation.
I am capable. I am worthy.
Do this consistently.
You'll rewire your brain for success.
It's like creating new habits, new patterns of thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got micro shifts.
Small steps, big results.
Now let's talk about accountability.
Accountability, so important.
It's like having that friend who nudges you when you start slacking off.
Or a coach who helps you stay focused.
It's about having someone to share your wins with
To brainstorm solutions.
and to help you stay committed to your goals.
Even when things get tough.
Because building a business, it's not always easy.
There will be ups and downs.
Moments of doubt.
Times when you want to quit.
That's why having that support system is so crucial.
Surround yourself with people who believe in you.
Your cheerleaders, your tribe.
Okay, so we've got micro shifts, accountability, support.
What's the final piece of the puzzle?
It's something we've talked about throughout our deep dive.
Okay, remind me.
Constantly evaluating and adapting.
So it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing.
Definitely not. Things change. The market changes.
What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow.
So you have to be willing to adjust.
Stay flexible
Be open to new ideas.
and not be afraid to pivot.
Sometimes you have to change course.
This might involve trying new marketing tactics,
Exploring different revenue streams.
maybe even reevaluating your core offerings.
It's all about evolution.
And remember, listener, failure is not the opposite of success.
It's part of the journey.
Embrace those setbacks.
Has learning opportunities.
What matters is that you keep moving forward.
The only way to fail is to stop trying.
Well, folks, there you have it.
Our deep dive into driver's seat,
Your roadmap to building a business that works for you.
not the other way around.
Remember, it's about making conscious choices
Taking consistent action.
and never giving up on that dream of entrepreneurial freedom.
So what's your first micro shift going to be?
What small step can you take today to start moving towards that vision?
We'd love to hear about it.
Until next time, keep driving towards that freedom.
And keep diving deep.
Wat een leuk en inspirerend interview was dit, toch? Ik hoop dat het je aanzet tot het nadenken over hoe je als ondernemer werkt en waar je naartoe wilt. Een van de belangrijke lessen uit mijn boek en ook uit dit interview is dat echte vrijheid in je bedrijf en je leven begint bij het loslaten van de controle over alles en erin geloven dat alles mogelijk is. Het gaat erom systemen en een team op te bouwen dat je kan ondersteunen, zodat jij kunt focussen op waar je van de meeste en grootste toegevoegde waarde bent. Je gaat van how can I do this naar who can do this. Dus niet hoe moet ik dit doen, maar wie kan dit doen. Als je dit verhaal waardevol vond, stel ik voor dat je een volgende stap zet. Gun jezelf de inzichten en praktische handvatten uit Driver's Seat. Heb je het boek al gelezen? Gun jezelf dan een focussessie om dieper in te duiken op jouw situatie. En als je het boek al gelezen hebt, vind ik dat natuurlijk fantastisch. En misschien ken je dan een andere ondernemer die hier ook veel aan kan hebben. Geef Driver's Seat cadeau en help andere ondernemers in de driver's seat van hun bedrijf te komen, zodat zij ook een bedrijf kunnen creëren met veel meer vrijheid. Met de feestdagen voor de deur is dit het moment om vooruit te kijken naar 2025. Gebruik deze feestelijke, maar ook rustige periode om na te denken over wat je anders wilt doen en hoe je jouw bedrijf zo kunt inrichten dat het niet alleen groeit, maar voor jou ook veel meer vrijheid en voldoening oplevert. Je kunt Driver's Seat eenvoudig bestellen via mijn website, via de link onder in de show notes of bijvoorbeeld bij je favoriete boekhandel. Maak er een bijzonder cadeau van, voor jezelf of voor iemand anders. Heel fijn dat je er weer bij was. Dank je wel voor het luisteren. En ik wens je alvast fijne en inspirerende feestdagen. Op naar een succesvol 2025, waarin jij volledig in de driver's seat zit. Bedankt voor het luisteren naar deze aflevering van de Succesversneller Podcast. Wil je vaker geïnspireerd worden over het versnellen van jouw succes en waardevolle kennis en tips krijgen over bedrijfsgroei, focus en productiviteit, als ook goede gesprekken met andere succesvolle ondernemers beluisteren? Abonneer je dan op deze podcast. Je ontvangt dan een berichtje als er een nieuwe aflevering voor je klaarstaat.